777, the magnificent seven. 777, the magnificent seven. 777.
But first on to the news with Jan Leeming.
The IRA bombed the Christmas shoppers at Harrods. 5 are dead, including 2 police officers, one of them a policewoman. More than 70 people are injured, 17 still in hospital seriously ill. The car bomb went off at 1:21 this afternoon in a street next to Harrods department store in Knightsbridge in central London. It was crowded with people doing their Christmas shopping. A warning was received, and as police approached the suspect car, the bomb exploded, devastating a large area, hurling glass and black smoke everywhere. Clive Ferguson reports.
These amateur pictures were taken minutes after the explosion. In response to a telephoned warning, police had gone to the back of Harrods to investigate suspicious cars. One exploded as they examined it. The Christmas shoppers who packed the area looked bewildered, ignorant of the destruction, deaths and injuries the explosion had caused. As the bewilderment turned to shock, the police had to try to instill urgency but not panic to get them away from the area, as more and more police arrived at the scene. As the streets were cleared, many of the less seriously injured were given on-the-spot treatment by police, as yet other emergency services arrived to help the more seriously hurt. The badly injured were taken to various hospitals, one of them St Stephen's in Fulham. Staff were working at full strength and extra nurses and doctors had to be called in. For some arriving at the hospital, there was the relief of reunion with friends they'd been separated from in the panic at Harrods. Tonight, the Metropolitan Police Commissioner gave details of the bomb warning, a warning designed, he said, to mislead, not help police clear the area.
Not yet been finally checked. I think it's very evident that this message was so famed that it would dissipate police resources, you know, mentioning Oxford Street and other premises, and this really is quite a usual tactic of the IRA to make the response of the police a diffuse one, a number of locations, at only one of which there might be a bomb. That is not unknown in the past.
A short time later, Mrs Thatcher arrived at Scotland Yard. She'd been fully briefed on the day's events, then gave her view of what had happened.
I think this is even worse than everything one knew previously. It is really wicked. And I said earlier, it's a crime against humanity. It's a crime against Christmas too.
Later, after visiting the injured, the Prime Minister drove to Harrods to see for herself the scene of the IRA bomb that had brought death, injury and fear back to the streets of London.
A settlement has been reached in the 10-week-old engineering dispute. Industrial action will be called off almost immediately. The agreement is based on a 4-year deal, with the skilled minimum wage rate going up from £60 to £73 a week, with pay for unskilled workers going up to more than £52. And there's to be an extra 5 days annual holiday, also staged over a 4-year period. On top of this, the basic working week is to be reduced by 1 hour to 39 hours by November 1981. Our industrial correspondent says this concession on hours is the first for any major industry and will inevitably have repercussions elsewhere. Already, the Engineering Workers' Union President, Mr. Terry Duffy, has described the settlement as a victory for the unions and says the shorter working week is a significant breakthrough. Earlier, there had been trouble at the Rosedale plastic mouldings factory at Bedwas in Mid Glamorgan, which has been closed permanently because of the dispute. Scuffles started when about 150 pickets blockaded the plant and tried to stop lorries removing products made before the strike started. David Williams reports.
A fleet of 17 lorries brought in to remove the last of the factory's products were quickly and effectively stopped from leaving by pickets made redundant in the plant closure. Firemen had to be called when plastic mouldings which the firm produced were set alight. The pickets eventually forced the lorries to leave without their cargo.